next week. So we're going to start with the big picture. Here are the maps. Again, European model still the most aggressive in terms of snowfall for a couple of reasons. Mainly it keeps cold air in longer, develops the secondary low a little further east, and it becomes stronger quicker. But even so, I mean, the American model still has significant snow in the metro. In fact, this just updated a couple hours ago with a pretty good area of snow, very heavy in between D.C. and Baltimore. But the whole deal is it's going to be a two-pronged attack. We're going to have a burst of snow Sunday morning, and you folks, I think, you know, D.C. South, that's going to be your lion's share of snow. But then another burst of snow comes in Monday afternoon and Monday night, and I think that's when you're going to see some of the higher amounts up to the north and northeast of D.C. So this is the European model. They're pretty much in agreement now on start times. I mean, I think we're looking at pre-dawn hours on Sunday. This is Sunday at 6 o'clock. It's got snow all the way almost to the eastern shore, well, almost really to Dover. By noon on Sunday, notice the little darker bands of blue. That's heavier snowfall, and it's got snow all the way through and south of southern Maryland. Now, by the time we get to 7:30 on Sunday, it's got rain, but not up to La Plata yet, and this is why the European has so much snow in parts of the metro. I don't think it's going to be that cold that long. I think we're going to see probably rain into D.C. by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But if this were to hold, then that's going to make it a whole different story. But even so, it still brings in a mix overnight Sunday into early Monday morning. Notice the arrows, though, are more northeasterly now as the storm begins to intensify off the coast. It's going to suck down some colder air, so now the rain's going to go back to snow. This is around noon on Monday. 8 o'clock on Monday, pretty good snows going on. Notice the darker band is right here, kind of in between D.C. and Baltimore. That sets up nicely with their snowfall map. By 3:30 in the morning on Tuesday, we still have snow. Now it's returned to snow all the way down into southern Maryland. And the European also hangs on to this storm a little longer. 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning, it's still snowing in the entire metro area. Even 3:30 on Tuesday afternoon, snow showers. Probably won't add much in terms of accumulation. Not going to clear out until late Tuesday night. Okay, so snowfall, we're going to stop this. This is the European model. So we're going to stop this at 7 o'clock on Sunday. 2.7 inches in D.C., 3 in La Plata, and about 2 in Fredericksburg. So the snowfall map by 7 p.m. on Sunday is pretty uniform. I think these numbers should be a little bit higher, especially down here because it kept snow longer down into southern Maryland. All right, we'll advance it again. Now we'll take you to 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Now we got 8 inches in D.C. and also Andrews, but almost 10 inches in Gaithersburg, 9 inches in Frederick, and that's 6 p.m. on Tuesday. And we take you into Wednesday. Not much more is added, just kind of a few snow showers, maybe a few tenths of an inch. So let's switch gears. Now we're going to go through the American model. Again, this is 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. So you wake up on Sunday, first cup of coffee or tea, it's going to be snowing across the board, everywhere. Notice the gradations. Darker blue, heavier snow. That's 9 o'clock on Sunday. By 2:30 on Sunday, still snowing through D.C., but I like this. I think this is a little more representative of how warm and how fast the warm air is going to move north. It still has snow in D.C. at 2:30, but it's now turning it to rain and also snow into La Plata and down into southern Maryland. And then this turns everything to rain Sunday night, all the way up to I-70, almost to the border, Maryland-PA border. And then 5 o'clock on Monday, still rain, but the wind's now turning more northeast. That will bring cold air back. Here comes the snow. By noon on Monday, we got snow back to the Beltway. Pretty good snows by 7 o'clock on Monday night. And then even 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday, we have just snow showers. So the GFS ends the storm probably, 10 to 12 hours earlier than the European. Either way, it's still going to be a long event. All right, so snowfall to 7 p.m. on Sunday will stop it. 4 inches in D.C., 4 inches in Andrews. This I think, is a pretty good representation. Now, pick your town or your city, wherever you are, or closest there, you can get to it, and watch the numbers. So 4.1 in D.C., we'll talk about that, and say 3.8 in Frederick, okay? Now we'll advance this and take this all the way into Tuesday night. Adds a couple inches to D.C., but look at the numbers up here. Frederick went from under 4 to 13.9. So, again, north of town, the models are saying, hey, when that storm off the coast develops and intensifies, yes, we're going to lose the cold air for a while, but we're going to get a second blast of snow, and that's going to be actually the stronger and heavier blast of snow north of D.C. You folks down south of D.C., get your sledding done on Sunday before it changes to rain. That includes folks in southern Maryland and also the northern neck. Okay, so what do the models agree on? Well, they agree on the start time, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Sunday. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be cold the next 3 days. Roads will become slick some kind of fast. Well, untreated roads will become slick some kind of fast. GFS has the snow change to rain Sunday afternoon, which I kind of like, but the Euro changes the rain to snow Sunday night. Gives us a couple more, 4 or 5 more hours of snow. Accumulating snow Sunday and or Monday is likely. Both models agree this storm will last at least 48 to perhaps as long as 60 hours. Okay, where's the storm now? It's out in the west. This storm has been a monster storm. I mean, 5 to 10 feet of snow, 300,000 people without power in California, winds over 100 miles an hour. So it's going to move into the Great Basin tonight. It's still just now pushing ashore. So here's the deal. When the computer models look at this storm, when it's offshore, yes, we get data. But when it becomes landlocked, we get more data. And generally speaking, we get better solutions, and the models kind of come together. Kind of a complicated situation because, yes, we're going to be tracking this across the country, but it's technically going to reform. So it's going to swing through the Great Basin, swing into the Texas Panhandle by Saturday morning, kind of die out in southern Indiana by Sunday morning. Reform with this red line. Notice it's kind of around Raleigh, then it goes back up the coast. That is the problem. In some ways, this is a classic storm because we have cold air to the north. But this secondary low is forming too far inland, and that's why the models are bringing in some southeast winds and some east winds, and why it's not a pure snow. If this storm would develop off of Hatteras, bingo, perfect storm, no problem, all snow. But it's not. That's why I think because of that, south of town, your best chance of good snow will be that initial burst when this storm comes into the Ohio Valley and dies and pushes all this warm, moist air over this cold air. That's when you're going to get your best snow if you're D.C. South and east of town. But that's the deal. Secondary storm, that will develop Sunday into Monday, and there are some, discrepancies too as to exactly where it'll develop. I mean, 100 miles make a huge difference for us, and how fast it develops. If it develops slowly here, but then really intensifies as it gets off the coast, that would bring the cold air back a little quicker. In the meantime, we're left with clear skies tonight, a few snow showers out in the mountains, and some kind of cold. I mean, today was probably the coldest day of the winter. Most uncomfortable anyway. So what are the impacts? Snow accumulates rapidly on Sunday. Untreated roads will become dangerous. Finish your errands by Saturday night. Get your prescriptions filled and picked up by Saturday afternoon. Some flight delays and some activities will be canceled Sunday. I can't predict airlines, but, would they be able to fly in with light snow? Yes. Will they? I don't know. But if you got somebody trying to get in town, get them in here Saturday, not Sunday. For tomorrow, dress for the teens in 20s again. Wind gusts to 35. We had a 44-mile-per-hour wind gust today at National. Finish your errands Saturday. Accumulating snow on Sunday. Roads will become slippery very, very quickly. Look at these wind chills. In the morning, 8, Leesburg, 9 in Frederick. That's what your skin feels. By 1 o'clock, still only 19 in Leesburg and 21 in D.C. And by 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, we're back in the mid-teens to upper teens to low 20s. That's a pretty cold day. In the meantime, the short term, all we have to worry about are really wind chills because we're clear tomorrow morning. We're clear by 9 o'clock. A few clouds try to move back from the ocean across the bay into parts of the DMV and Prince George's County, but that won't last long. And then by 6 o'clock, we're clear again, temps in the 20s and 30s. And then by 10 o'clock tomorrow night, temperatures in the 20s. And I think tomorrow night could be our coldest night. I think mid to upper teens in the burbs and low 20s downtown. So we're going to kind of set the stage with this cold air before the snow comes in. That's why we're worried about it accumulating very quickly and roads becoming slick very, very quickly. So just bundle up tomorrow, do your errands on Sunday, stay home, do your errands on Saturday, stay home Sunday, enjoy. Snow goes to rain on Sunday. Monday, rain goes back to snow. Morning snow showers on Tuesday. That's Groundhog Day. Now, it seems like every year he sees his shadow, whether he does or not. I think it's going to be cloudy up there Tuesday. I don't see how he can see his shadow. I think he should declare early spring. We'll see. Upper 40s on Wednesday, and then 50 with just Plain old boring showers on Thursday. Okay. Grace, any questions so far specifically about anybody? Eastern Shore. Okay, let me start in Hagerstown. Let me start with Hagerstown. Hagerstown and Points West may be the only place where this event is all freezing precipitation. So that means snow, maybe a little bit of sleet, and back to snow, which would increase your numbers a lot, which is why, we see some pretty good numbers with the Euro here, probably in the excess of 10 inches, and also even with the American model, we still see some pretty good numbers there as well. So, all right, Eastern Shore. You're going to get snow, but it's going to be Sunday. It's going to be Sunday. When that snow moves in Sunday and then it kicks, you're pretty much done with accumulating snow. Will you see snow showers? Probably you will late Monday night, early Tuesday, but you're accumulating snow. This is Sunday morning. There's your snow. Ocean City, Bethany, Rehoboth, Lewis. That's your snow. And it stays until noon, but you can't sustain snow. We can't either with easterly winds like this. So you are going to go to rain, I think, a little earlier than the European model says. You'll probably go to rain around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. So frolic in the snow Sunday morning and early Sunday afternoon. Okay, Grace. 2 for Baltimore. Baltimore, I tell you what, you are in a pretty good spot here. I'm going to go back a little bit. Notice both maps have a little area, a little knot, if you will, of some very heavy snow between D.C. and over Baltimore. So you're in a little better position because that second wave, that second prong, will be more likely closer to you than make it all the way down 95 to D.C. So Baltimore, I would, not a pure snow for you either, but I would think you're looking at anywhere from 6 to 12 inches for the entire event. Fredericksburg, hey, you know what? You're going to get snow too. In fact, this has accumulating snow to Richmond. I think this may be a little overdone down toward Norfolk, but Fredericksburg, you're going to get snow. There's no doubt about it. Your snow will probably last until, again, the European doesn't kick it until 7:30 at night. I don't think you're going to make it that long. But you're going to get good snow between about 4 a.m. and about 2 p.m., 1 p.m. So you could get, 2-3 inches before the kickover. Woodbridge, same deal. You're going to get some good snow Sunday, and I think you're in that category. Let's just say south of 66, south of D.C., and south of 50. If you're south of that, your lion's share of snow will be Sunday in the morning. You're going to see more snow again. It'll go to rain and then go back to snow Monday afternoon or night, but that's not going to add that much to your totals. So your lion's share of snow, Woodbridge, will be Sunday morning. And I think you're going to kick to rain probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Loudoun County. Okay, good snow Sunday, good snow Sunday, early afternoon, but I think this is a little bit too cold. I think you probably will see a mixture by 7:30 on Sunday. And then we get into Monday morning, you'll certainly see a mixture. Now, west of 15, Snickers Gap, you might have all snow, and it might be over a foot out there. And then by the time we get into lunchtime on Monday, more snow, and then more snow through Monday evening, and even a little bit of snow through Monday night. That's the European model. Probably hangs on to the storm a little too long. What else we got? Clinton and Gaithersburg. Okay, Clinton, Maryland. Like I said, your big snow will be Sunday. It'll kick to rain. Yes, you'll get a little bit of snow Monday night on the backside as the storm develops off the coast, but your best snow for sledding and having fun it'll be a dry snow. It won't be great for snowball fights, but will be Sunday morning until about maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then you will kick a little bit. So we'll go through some maps here and take this with a grain of salt, but this is the European model, 7 o'clock Sunday. So everybody has 2 to 3 inches. And I think this is a little bit low. I think we're going to see as much as 3 inches in D.C., maybe 3 to 4 down into southern Maryland. So ironically, you folks south of town may have a little more snow Sunday morning than you do north, and then you folks north of town make up for that Monday night. Did you say Gaithersburg, Grace? Gaithersburg, same deal. 2-3 inches for that first burst, but as we get into, say, Monday night into Tuesday, you'll probably get an additional, according to the European model, maybe 3-4 inches. According to the GFS model, maybe an additional 6 to 7 inches of snow. All right, Charles County, I think this may be a bit overdone in places like La Plata and Waldorf. Again, your best snow will be Sunday morning. Once that kicks Sunday afternoon, it will go back to snow, but I'm not so sure you're going to see much more accumulation. So I think the lion's share, again, because you're south of this line, this little imaginary line we made, your best snow will be Sunday morning. And it'll be pretty impressive. Roads can be a mess very quickly if they're untreated down there. I'm sorry, Grace, what was the second one? Fauquier County? Okay. You're kind of in a good spot, but especially north. Notice that, Fauquier County does, it's part of, some of it is north of I-66, some of it's south. So southern Fauquier, you're probably going to get the lion's share of snow Sunday. Northern Fauquier, a couple of things. You're going to get, cold air is going to last longer, so the changeover will be a little bit later, give you a little bit more snow. And you'll get some on the backside, but you're almost, the farther west you get, the less you're going to get on the backside with the second area of low pressure developing off the coast. You'll get some, no doubt. Okay. The breadometer. I normally don't break out the breadometer until we're really close to the storm. You know what? We'll bust it out tomorrow night. How's that? Okay, well, Calvert County. Snow early Sunday. You wake up, you should have inch maybe. By the time you get to 9 o'clock, pretty good snow across all of southern Maryland. And this is the American model now, so it's less aggressive. But it does erode the cold air, and I do agree with this. So you are going to see rain take over by 2 o'clock or so Sunday afternoon. And yes, it will take a while to turn that back to snow Monday night. But I think we'll end as snow everywhere. Now, notice these winds, southeast, because this has the storm developing a little further west. If we get this storm, we could just kind of kick this storm out a little bit over here, then the winds would be more northeast, and that would lock in our cold air. You always want winds out of the northeast if you want snow, a pure snow. What else we got? Western what? Of course you guys exist. Yes, we love Western Maryland. West of the Divide, it's all snow, as usual. You'll probably get a foot. And we talked about Hagerstown. West, you're going to see probably all frozen precipitation, and you will probably get anywhere from 10 to 12 inches plus. And it is going to be some kind of cold in Western Maryland next couple of days in terms of straight temps and wind chills. Wind chills well below zero. We'll advance this. Sunday, notice you still have a mix out here. Monday, you still have a mix out here. Tuesday, Monday afternoon, you're all back to snow. Snow Monday, snow Tuesday, and this is pretty good snow. You're going to get some lake effect snows just from the winds as we get into Tuesday afternoon and even Tuesday night. It'll be snowing west of the Divide. This is great news for the ski resorts. West Virginia, same deal, but a little more of a mix. I mean, if you get into Jefferson County, you're going to see a mix. Not going to be a pure snow for you. Get over toward Romney, it's going to be mainly snow. And I will say one thing. We're talking about a mix, which is, this pink color. We're not talking about freezing rain. I don't think we'll see an ice storm here. Could there be a period of freezing rain? Yes. Could there be some sleet? Yes. But mainly we're talking about kind of transitioning from snow to rain. So West Virginia, the farther west you are toward Romney, the more you're going to have snow. Martinsburg, you're kind of on the fence of a big snow. Winchester, I'm surprised the numbers aren't higher for you, but you're going to still get a good snow out of this. And you guys had a good snow back in December 16th. The changeover from rain to snow, Patrick, is we saw the arrows on the maps. So again, if you get southeast winds or easterly winds, it erodes the cold air in part of the atmosphere. And you want the column of air to be below freezing from the ground all the way up. Well, you get these winds as this secondary low takes over, and we get winds out of the southeast, which are horrible. Easterly aren't great. Both will erode the cold air. So you drop something from way up high, it snowed, 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 snowed. Whoops, hits a warm layer. It warms up, turns into a raindrop, and then falls. If the ground is below freezing, then yet it would be freezing rain, but I really think we're just kind of talking about rain and or snow here. So in a perfect world, we would keep those northeast winds. Just think of winds coming right down 95 from northeast to southwest. Those are northeast winds. Winds, the direction, point of origin. So that keeps the cold air in place. We get these winds out of the southeast or east, we're going to lose the cold air. And the question is, how fast does that low pressure develop? Where does that low pressure develop? It develops a little further to the east. Cold air lasts longer. It develops further east and intensifies quicker. Cold air comes back quicker. So this is the GFS. And this is pretty impressive. I mean, 10 for Martinsburg, only 8 for Cumberland. Don't really understand that number. And only 7 for Oakland. Don't really understand that number either. This has the bullseye, Frederick, Gaithersburg, kind of in between Baltimore and D.C. up toward Westminster. But you're going to get a great snow either way in West Virginia. I got to tell you, this year I think the American model is better, the GFS, and I kind of agree how this is unfolding in terms of 2 prongs. We get that first big area of snow, and then we get the second area. So this is the GFS. So we get snow Sunday. Now it starts to kick to some rain by early afternoon on Sunday. Kicks to all rain in the metro by 8 o'clock on Sunday. Then we get colder air. Snow comes back Monday around lunchtime. Everybody gets snow by Monday evening. Question is, how much snow can we get down into southern Maryland? Probably not that much. Again, most of your snow comes as we get into Sunday, your initial burst, Sunday morning, early Sunday afternoon. So I like this because this is the first prong, okay? This is the first batch of snow. 3 in La Plata, 4 at Andrews, 4 downtown, only 3 to 4 in Frederick and Leesburg. I really like that. But again, imagine a line here from Annapolis to D.C. out toward Front Royal and south. You're not going to add much to those numbers in the second prong, that Monday afternoon and Monday night, as cold air comes back around. Maybe you add 2 inches in D.C. But up here, Frederick and Gaithersburg and Leesburg and Hagerstown, you may add as much as 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 inches with that second prong. So I know the European gets a lot of credit for being better, and at one time it had better computing power, but now we've caught up. And I think this year so far, I give the edge to the GFS. Ellicott City and Laurel, you're kind of in this little bullseye here. So you're going to get initially 3 inches early, a little bit of rain, and then you may get another 3 to 4 inches on the backside Monday afternoon into Monday night. So pretty good storm for you guys. Maybe even up to 10 in Ellicott City. Our friends in St. Mary's County, well, as we mentioned, do your sledding early. I think you're going to see, 1 to 2 inches down there. I think that's reasonable. And most of it, again, well, I think all of it will be Sunday morning. Once you kick over, I think you're looking at just rain, and then you're looking at maybe ending as snow, but probably technically not accumulating. Sterling, a pretty good snow. Snow till about 2 o'clock, I think, then rain, and then back to snow on Monday. So it's going 8-4 in Leesburg. I think around Sterling, maybe, 7 or 8. I'm sorry, great second place. Stafford County, okay. Stafford, down to the south. Again, if you live south of 66, south of D.C., and south of Route 50, make hay on Sunday morning. That's when the big snow is going to come, okay? If you want to sled, you want to have fun in it, do it on Sunday morning because that's going to be the case for everybody down there. And you know what? I mean, there's going to be some pretty good bursts of snow. I really like the GFS here. I like the 4 or 5 inches in Manassas and, the 6 inches or so in D.C. I really do. I think this is good. So here we go. Start time is the same. They're coming to agreement on that. Again, the GFS has it changing in now Sunday early p.m. Euro doesn't change it till Sunday night, but they both do change it. It's not a pure snow. Accumulating snow Sunday and Monday is likely, almost a lock at this point. And both models say, hey, storm's going to be around a while because it's one storm dying, one storm reforming, 48 to 60 hours. But, back to this map, I really think this is how it's going to unfold with this first wave of moisture. Now, here's what happens. The area of low pressure, the center of the storm, is going to be way out in Illinois and Indiana. It's going to be dying out. What it's going to do is it's going to throw a lot of moisture and warm air that rides up over the cold air that's already in place. Boom, that gives us our first dumping, okay? And a pretty good dumping at that. 4 inches in D.C., 3 inches in La Plata. That's pretty good. Then the second storm begins to form, and then that will give a second dumping to our folks up in Leesburg and Gaithersburg and up near Frederick as well, even up to D.C., up to Baltimore. Look at the difference between D.C. and Baltimore, at least 4 inches. And in between could be as much as 6 to 7 inches difference. So I really like the two-pronged approach, okay? The initial burst on Sunday, going to rain, going to slop, going back to snow again Monday afternoon into Monday night. I do. Remington and Front Royal, you're kind of pretty much in this, 5 to 6 inch range. I think you might get a little bit more out in Front Royal. Again, I'm not so sure why Cumberland is so low. If you look carefully at Cumberland, just to the north and west, there's a little knot there of over 12 inches. So if you're Hagerstown west and Martinsburg north, I would expect minimum 10 and probably a foot or more. It starts everywhere by dawn on Sunday, across the board. By the time you wake up on Sunday, if it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 5 a.m., it'll be snowing from Frederick to D.C. to Easton, down to Tappahannock, back to Orange, almost to Dover. Everywhere. Our friends in Richmond are going to get some snow. But in Richmond, all of your snow, accumulating snow, will be Sunday morning. Once that kicks, and your snow will probably start 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Once it kicks to rain, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, that's pretty much it for you. So get out and sled early. Green belt, you're going to be kind of right on the cusp here of that getting some more snow. I think you're going to get a little bit with the second wave. So I think in green belt you're probably looking at maybe 6 to 8 inches total, maybe 3 to 4 initially, and then maybe another 3 to 4 on the back end. Our friends in Stanton, yeah, pretty good snows. I kind of agree with this. It's going to go 8 inches, and all of that is Sunday. Every bit of that. In fact, I can prove that to you. We'll just go forward, and then we'll go back here. So there's Stanton. That's through Sunday night, 7 inches. I mean, between Sunday and Tuesday, you get another half an inch. But 95% of your snow in Stanton and Harrisonburg and Charlottesville will fall with that initial burst on Sunday. Our friends in Mechanicsville, same deal. You are far enough south where your main burst, probably 90% of your snow will fall Sunday morning. Yes, you'll see more flakes Monday night, but in terms of real accumulation, it's going to be Sunday morning for you. Newburgh, same deal, I think. Probably 2, 3, maybe 4 inches if you're lucky before it kicks over to rain. And by the way, we're going to draw we'll hand draw a map for you. Right now, we're just showing you computer output, okay? We're working on a hand-drawn map as to what we think is going to happen with prong 1, and we'll probably divide it, from like early Sunday morning to 7 p.m. Sunday, and then probably another one through, say, till 7 a.m. on Tuesday. I'm sorry, Grace. Roads on Tuesday, I don't think will be bad. Untreated roads, up in the mountains could be, a little slippery. I think it'll be below freezing everywhere, so there'll be some refreezing. But I think for the most part, with it starting on Sunday, everybody's at home anyway. road crews are going to have a pretty good time, pretty easy time treating roads. Chambersburg, PA, good snow for you. Yeah, Chambersburg could be a pure snow for you. So I would sit here and guarantee you a foot right now, and probably you'll have excess of a foot. I know, they're very lucky. Very lucky, jealous. Damascus, good snow for Damascus. So we're looking at probably in the range of a foot, and your biggest chunk of snow will be on the backside as it goes from rain back to snow Monday into Monday night. So you're going to get two pretty good shots, probably 3-4 inches with the first batch, and then maybe 5 or 6 with the second batch. LaVale will be, mainly snow. I don't know why the numbers are so low out there, but I think you'll get 8 inches easy. Well, let's just go through a couple headlines, and we'll wrap this up. And so I want to emphasize a couple things. They're finally coming together on the start time. Just yesterday, they were 12 hours apart. So the models are okay. They're saying 3 to 6 in the morning on Sunday. Roads become slippery quickly. GFS, again, changes to snow early Sunday afternoon. The Euro says no, not till Sunday night. Both of them change it back Monday, and both models agree that this storm will last 48 to 60 hours. It's kind of amazing the storm is still just moving ashore in California. And this was a monster storm, 5 to 10 feet in the mountains of California for snow. Mudslides, Monterey area, winds over 100 miles an hour. Sacramento, people had no power for 24 hours. In the state of California, 300,000 people had no power for a long time. Big storm. It's going to track into the Texas Panhandle Saturday night. Then it's going to move kind of just north of the Ohio River and die out either in Indiana or Illinois. Transfer its energy to a second storm, becomes a coastal storm. Notice I have the line here around Raleigh. Because it develops inland, it's going to pull up some warm air. Okay, it's got a counterclockwise circulation. It's going to pull up a warm air, give us those southeast winds. And this would die out in Ohio, and boom, pop a storm off Hatteras. That would be pretty much perfect. But that's not the case. But that said, remember, the storm is not ashore yet, and the models are much better when it's on land and it has data points all around it. So I would look for some more confluence to the models, but I think it's a good sign they are actually all in agreement with the storm beginning as snow across the board early on Sunday. And that's because this parent storm comes in here and just drags up a lot of moisture and warm air, rides up over the cold air, and dumps snow. All right, everybody, thank you very much. We will do this again tomorrow night, and we'll have some new information at 11. I hope, did my voice crack there? At 11? I hope to see you then. For now, I'm meteorologist Topper Schutt.